Hey, what's going on, guys? Unknown Player here. Today we're gonna be talking about Wuthering Waves characters that are universal slash future proof and if you should build them or not. Alright, first of all, we're gonna be speaking about Jianxin. Now, Jianxin is future proof, has many uses, can fit into multiple roles. So, for example, you can have her as your main DPS. She has some decent damage with her basic attack and her 40 circuit. She also increases resonance liberation damage deepen. She has that on her outro skill. She has AoE with her ultimate, and she has AoE from her intro skill. She also has AoE from her 40 circuit, and she has grouping on her ultimate and AoE from that as well, and it does a lot of damage. That's gonna be for Jianxin. Next character that you should build is gonna be Verina. Now, Verina is a healer and a damage buffer at the same time. She has an inherent skill when Verina casts heavy attack mid-air, or does a heavy attack, or uses ultimate or outro skill. All team members' attack is increased by 20% for 20 seconds. That is just her inherent skill on its own. We also have the 40 circuit, which heals. We have the skill that does damage, and we have the ultimate that heals as well, and we have the outro skill. Verina heals the next character or character on nearby team that activates outro skill by 19% of her attack. Plus, all characters on nearby teams gain 15% all type damage deepen for 30 seconds. On top of that, if you give her the rejuvenate, the rejuve 5 piece, and you also give her the Bellborn Echo, you will give damage reduction to the next character, and you will also increase their damage. Not only that, the rejuvenation 5 piece gives all party members 15% attack upon being healed. So that is gonna be it for Verina. Next character, Mortefi. Why is this guy so good? Now, this guy has a very good outro skill that some characters can use. For example, Jianxin, Encore can kinda also use it, but I think and the GN can also use this. So the incoming character or character in nearby team activates outro skill has their heavy attack damage amplified by 38% for 14 seconds. That on its own is already insane. But you also have the 40 circuit is just when he can cast 2 E's and you can get a lot of energy for that. But it's the ultimate liberation that's gonna be the bread and butter of this character, because it's gonna help you do additional damage if you either basic attack or heavy attack, doesn't matter. He's gonna shoot, he's gonna have like this thing above your character where he's gonna like shoot on his own with the character that does the attacking as well. And intro skills, this character isn't that special, but he can actually help. And if you get this inherent skill, it will increase his ult damage, which will make your team do more damage because he relies on your main DPS to like attack a lot with heavy attacks. So yeah, that's gonna be this guy. And also with Moonlit, you can also run this on Jianxin can run like almost anything. So Moonlit, you give so your main character gets the character that uses Moonlit gets 10% energy regen on a 2-piece, and on a 5-piece on after casting outro skill. Increase the attack of the next resonator by 22%. That's an extra attack increase that you can put on your like either sub DPS, or you can also give this to, I guess, your healers if you really want to. But I don't see the point. Just give your healers or sustainers your rejuve set. And that's gonna be for Mortefi. So next character, Sanhua. Sanhua is very good because of her outro skill. The incoming character or character on nearby team that activates outro skill has their basic attack damage amplified by 38%. Now she will be very good from now into the future, because if you have a main DPS, it doesn't matter who, Kalcharo, Yangyang, right? She will boost both of their damage through her outro skill. And I mean that is basically it for her. She has her skill, her ult, and intro skill. I mean, yeah, that is that for her, and she's basically like Mortefi but for basic attack. And you can run Moonlit on her as well to increase the main DPS, the attack increase. You can get a 22.5% attack increase for your main character. Now Baizhi, she's like she's the 4-star variant of what's her name, of Verina. So for Baizhi, Baizhi's outro skill, Baizhi heals the incoming character or a character on nearby team that activates an outro skill by 1.5% of their max health every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. So she just has healing when you just do the when you basically swap with an outro skill. And that character that's healed gains all type damage amplification. That's an extra multiplier by 15% for it's only 6 seconds though. Verina has a way longer cooldown, I think. It's 30, yeah. So it's 6 seconds to 30 seconds, but 6 seconds is still deep. I mean, it's still not that bad, right? Her intro skill, she just enters and heals. Ult is just healing. 40 circuit doesn't do much. Her ability, the attack of resonance will pick up when she puts like this thing, and if the resonator picks it up, like anyone in the party that picks it up gains 15% damage increase, which is pretty good. I mean, that is basically that. Just run her with rejuve set, and I mean, you're gonna need 3 healers or 3 sustainers if you're gonna play this game casually. If you're not very good at dodging or parrying, you're gonna be needing 3 sustainers anyway. So building Baizhi, if you're a casual, it's a good option. But if you have Verina and you're focusing on your main team, just build Verina. You can worry about Baizhi later, of course. Yangyang. Now Yangyang is just a grouper that does like damage on her own, and she just increases her own damage. And Yangyang, her outro skills, Yangyang recovers 4 resonance energy per second over 5 seconds for each incoming character or character on nearby team that activates an outro skill. So she gains energy when someone just when the character, either when you swap with her or when someone does outro skill on your team. And she's just a grouper that you can like put on any team, and I think you can just put Moonlit on her if you use it as a sub DPS. You can just do that. It's fun. She won't increase your damage, but she will just take care of the trash mobs and make your life easier, basically. Taoqi. Now Taoqi is actually not as bad as people think, Because if you're good at the game and you just rely on her shield, it's more than enough. Because her outro skill, we might see a lot of use of it in the future. The incoming character or character on nearby team that activates an outro skill has a resonance skill damage amplified by 38% for 14 seconds. That is 38% damage bonus to anyone that she swaps out to when they their skill just gets 38% damage amplification, which is probably gonna be huge, because in the future, if we get a character that has like a very broken skill that does a lot of damage, that relies on the skill a lot, then she will be useful. For example, right now Dungeon can make use of this pretty well, but there might be a character in the future who can make use of this even better. And you can put rejuvenate set on her and build her full defense, and she'll just sustain your team. Yeah, that's basically Taoqi. Taoqi is basically slept on, in my opinion. And the next character is gonna be Yinlin. Why Yinlin? Well, Yinlin is a phenomenal sub DPS that you can basically put her on any team. What she does with her outro, this is her outro skill on its own. The incoming character or character on a nearby team that activates an outro skill has an electro damage amplified by 20% and resonance liberation damage amplified by 25%. So she is basically Jianxin, but she works better with if you have like an electro DPS, because she also gives 20 electro damage plus 25 ultimate damage to that character. So she will be usable on any team that has like a strong ultimate, like Calcharo's team. You can also use her with if you want. Jianxin works with her. Maybe if you use main DPS, Rover I guess works. Anyone that has like a strong ultimate that deals damage, she can amplify that. Not only that, she has like her own thing when you have enough stacks on the enemy. She deals damage based upon how many times you attack that character. It's like a Mortefi, but if the Mortefi's attack was bound to a character. That's what she basically is. So that is gonna be that for her. Next character that if you build, you're probably not gonna regret, is gonna be main character. Spectro or Havoc, both are good, but mainly Spectro, because Spectro is like a sub DPS type thing, and sub DPSs are very important. But right now we have decent amount of sub DPSs, so you can skip on main character, but main character is also good. You can put Moonlit on the main character or just go full Spectro 5-piece for the extra damage. And what main character does, just a bunch of damage. And that is it. It just does a lot of damage. It's not gonna be very good for the future, because Rover will probably be replaced by 5 stars, or we might get a 5-star that needs Rover, or Rover will benefit from that 5-star. Until that, Rover is pretty good as a sub DPS, but it's not as universal as the other characters that I have mentioned so far. So I think I've covered basically every character in the game. That's gonna wrap this video, guys. So remember, the characters I mentioned, from the start until main character are basically universal, and you will probably not regret building them because you will find uses for them. Basically guaranteed uses until we get like more 5 stars like Yinlin. So Yinlin is pretty universal as well. But until we get more characters like Yinlin, we won't have, I mean, that many 5 stars that you can like rely on as like a sub DPS and being universal, and so you can't rely on them to be slapped on every team and for them to be like usable or very good. So with that, that's gonna be the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, like, comment and sub, and see you guys next time.